video, I figured I would do a nice chit chat video with me putting my makeup on, because really most days when I'm applying my makeup, I'm on the phone with one of my girlfriends or one of my sisters, my dad, maybe even my husband, and I find that I do some of my best work when I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. So I don't know, it's kind of warped, kind of crazy, but anyway, I actually have already prepped my skin. You guys know I use an array of skincare products, honey. The skin is a little bit more mature, so it needs a little bit more love before we begin applying the makeup paint. So before I actually started, I of course cleansed my face with my Estee Lauder cleanser. I used the Advanced Night Repair, which is a DNA repair serum. Right after that, I went in and used my New Dimension Shape and Feel Expert Serum. I moved right in and used my Resilience Live Moisturizer. And lastly, I've added to my Berea products my Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream. I am such a fan of all of these skincare products, and I want to say that they've been doing me justice. I'm going to concentrate. I think every time I get ready to apply my makeup, I concentrate on this area right here. Of all of my woes, shall I say, this area right here gives me the most grief. I think I really concentrate on that the most. So let's see, I'm going to pull out some of my products that I used last fall and see if they still work, and if not, you know what that means. I'm going to go on the hunt for something new. So make sure you thumbs up this video if you like this type of video, kind of a chit chat talk through. I don't do them too often, mainly because the videos get to be a little long, and I like to value you guys' time. And my husband has a fit when I have to edit videos that I talk through, because I can't make them as professional. So this one might be a little janky. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to actually start with my Anastasia Contour Cream Kit. This is the medium version. I've already done a full review. I'll leave the link in the down bar. And I've already used the eye cream. It's, you know, kind of has absorbed in. So I'm actually just going to start patting it out. I like to use this product because it kind of takes out the sunkiness that is right here. If you can kind of see that shadow right there, and all this with my fingers as well, because again, I'm going to go on top of it with foundation. So I am strategically placing it, but I'm not over obsessing over where I'm applying it. Now right here with my forehead, because it is so dominant, I really like to kind of mute this out. So I went into a deeper shade right here, and I'm going to drop that forehead area. I'm just going to really go in and kind of minimize that, kind of push all of the projection toward the front, or this area here, which is why I kind of highlighted it. And I'm going to just really push this into the hairline, so it's not as dominant. Can you see what's happening? It's going to push all of the emphasis down the middle of my face. Alright, so we have my paint on. We have my paint on. We have the paint on. I also normally sit with a towel on my lap because I'm a face painter. I like that type of technique, and you'll see I'm just going to bounce this out just a little bit. My beauty blender is already damp. I'm going to bounce it out a little bit, but not enough to really take the product out, because I've gotten used to having the product where it is, and I just want to make sure that it blends underneath that foundation really, really nice. Moving on, right now I'm going to grab my Makeup Forever HD, which is my favorite foundation of the moment. This is the Y455, and Makeup Forever did change their names or their shade ranges recently. I still haven't found out why they did that, but you know, anyway, the product is amazing. So you're seeing that I actually applied the Makeup Forever directly to the sponge, and now I'm just bouncing it around. Can you see how you can still see a little bit of the powder? I mean, you can still see a little bit of the cream underneath. But like I said, I don't want it to be overwhelming. I don't want it to be overwhelming. So this is how I like to do it. This is how you get a real smooth, even, undetectable bronzing contour. Some girls do like to go back on top. I do mine in such a different layers that sometimes it's detectable, sometimes it's not. Now, usually after I get done with this step, I actually go directly in with my Airspun powder and set, go in and create something a little bit more brighter, or create more of a brightening effect. I'm going to go in with my Aucoin. This is the Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX09. I actually bought this at Neiman Marcus last fall. And you can see I did love the end results of it though. I'm grabbing the tiniest amount and I'm going to go right back in here. This product is so creamy, you guys. If you have problems with dry under eyes, I think you will actually love this. Aucoin product is so creamy and dewy, so I really want to go in right away and set this. So I'm just kind of stamping out any of those fine line creasings, and I'm going to go into my Airspun powder, stretch my face, and just bounce this powder directly into all of this concealer, just so it kind of sets. I'm going to do a little bit on top of the lid as well. Brightness. I'm actually going to grab my MAC. This is the Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Deep. And look, I've hit pan. I'm going to pick up a new one today, but I'm trying to grab this last little bit of product, and I'm using my Sigma large powder brush, the F20. And I just want to lightly dust this all over the face. That way I can actually go in and do a softer powder contour on the top. Next, I'm actually going to just warm the contour on the exterior part of my face using my MAC Studio Fix NW50. You can see how warm this shade is, and I'm actually using my Cotton Bondi Shade and Light brush. I think this brush, I love it. I love how it just goes in the right sockets of my face. And you can see that by me applying that skin finish powder on the exterior part of my face, it really allows this powder just to kind of go on and continue to warm up the exterior part of my face without any streaking. And just kind of push this in. Now, I'm so crazy. I grabbed one of my big tubs of BenNye powder and just put it here because I keep a lot of the smaller cartridges of the powder in my case. And this powder will fly everywhere. So this is just a great little way that I keep me from making a mess with it. And all I'm going to do is kind of do a little bit of the bake process here. I don't do this a lot all over the face. I mean, I add so many layers of powder. But I like to kind of clean up my contour, at least around that lower jawline, and make my cheekbones appear a little bit higher. And it makes it not as messy, and I just kind of let it set here. You guys have probably seen photos of this being done. Well, that's my explanation on why I do it. And crazy enough, I sweat on my nose, like sweat like a puppy. So I'm just going to apply this here because I really want that highlight to be nice and strong right through there. And I'm going to put a little bit here as well. Just these are the only places that I do it. I don't really go back and add any more around the eye area. God knows I've already put enough product there. So I don't really do that area any more than what I've already done. And it works out well for me. But this process, I would tell you just to continue to try and practice it and get used to the products that you're using, so therefore you'll know how they lie on your face. Anyway, I'm going to move in with my MAC. This is my Strut brow pencil, my all-time favorite. I've tried several different brands. I've tried different ways to go back in and, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I've tried several different brow pencils and I always go back to this one. I think I just like kind of that underlined auburn hue. And I just kind of sketch out the edge of these brows. So I'm going to do this real quick. And don't worry, I have a new full brow tutorial that I'm going to get up soon. So just to give you guys a little taste. Brows and wing liner I find the most difficult to talk through. Alright, so we have tight lined underneath part of the brows, and I'm going to let those do for now. I usually don't do too much on the top of them. I just try to stay within the trace that I create and move forward with that. So right now I'm having a mental battle with myself. Do I want to go in with this NYX Green Papaya? That's what it looks like. Do I want to go in with that and lay that down as a shadow, or do I want to make this smoky really, really dark? You know what? I'm really going to make it all about the green. So I'm just going to allow it to go all the way across my lid. Don't you guys always have fights with yourselves when you're trying to decide on how you're going to do a look? Nothing wrong with that. I do too. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. I'm going to just throw this on the inner waterline too. It does bleed out really, really nice. I really like using pops of color on my lower lash line. I'm starting to get away from doing like blacks and browns because sometimes it makes my eyes look tired. So, especially when I'm trying to do something dramatic. I did find my NYX. This is the cream shadow, and the shade is called Hunter Green, which I think is a pretty shade for this time of the year. So I'm just going to go right back on top of this and further intensify the green. Obviously, I don't think both steps were necessary, but we're just testing it out right now. And I know I want this look at this point to be all about the green. Really kind of opening up my eye. I'm going to put underneath here too, just to kind of calm down this intense color. We have all green, and for some reason this NYX is starting to burn my eye just a little bit, and it might be because it's more wet. It might be because I've had it since last fall. I'll let you guys know. But now I'm just going to grab my Morphe. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I have been living for this palette already this month. I mean, this has been my go-to palette, and I'm just going to pack this green on. Oh my god, this color is so pretty. Don't you love when a beautiful mistake starts to come out good? You can see I'm just popping it in with my finger. This is the shade right here. Isn't that pretty? It's like the the powder version of the Hunter Green. I'm gonna grab me one of my Artist Loft brushes. This is level 2 artist pencil. It's called a Scrumbler. SCRUMBLER. And it's like a little small pencil brush. just gonna kind of go in here and set this color. And I think I'm gonna grab, this is Morphe M513. It's a fluffier pencil brush with longer bristles. And I'm actually gonna go into, if you can see it, this shade right here, which is the second from the left. It's kind of a cool brown, and I'm just gonna kind of pat this color on right here, right above the green, and just blend, just to make a nice little transition. Like I said, I'm gonna make the shade or this look all about the green today, so I'm not gonna blend too heavy. I've already placed the product where I want it to be, and I'm just kind of haloing it just a little bit with a little bit of brown, so it's nice and warm. I love this shade right here too, which is more like a mauvey brown. And I'm just gonna pop that right here on this insert and just kind of blend that in, just to kind of keep that area a little bit open. But not trying to take it too cool. Not to take it too cool, I'm going to actually pop into this shade right here, which is kind of like what I would say kind of a dupe for Amber Lights by MAC, but it's right here in this Jaclyn Hill palette. Still using the same brush. I'm going to sweep this all the way in that inner little socket right there, so it creates a little bit of interest on the internal, but not overly doing it. What we thinking? Too green? Alright, I hear you, I hear you. I'm actually now going to grab, I might need to change brushes. I'm going to grab my Sigma Tapered Blending. This is the E45, and I'm going to go into this deepest shade right over here, which is catacorn to that green. And I'm just going to sweep it right here on the edge. Again, using a tapered brush, it allows it just to sit right there in that socket. And the color's not too dark, I'm saying, but I'm just going to warm up that exterior bead just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. What happens, it makes the green pop even more. Can you see that? So, exterior bead, packing that on, and allowing the brush just to set it right there in the bead itself. Not disturbing the green though. Don't disturb the green. Don't disturb the green. Yeah. Push, 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 push. Sweep up. Do a little bit on the bottom. Just a little bit. Just a little. Go back into these. Just mix these two colors right here and just kind of blend all of this together. And the brush that I'm using to do that is my tapered blending brush. This is the E35 by Sigma. Again, just taking these two colors and just pushing it all the way around. Okay, let's leave that alone there. Let's leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. I'm going to grab my Morphe M500 brush, go into this Airspun powder, and I'm just going to flick. Remember, I didn't do a heavy bake underneath here, and I want to make sure any fallout that's there doesn't get a chance to set for long. A little cleanup. I'm going to grab my NYC Liquid Eye Liner, and oh my god, you guys, I have tried so many liquid eyeliners, and my favorite one is this one. I've tried the NYX, and I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if it dries too quick or if it's too waxy. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll let you guys know when I figure it out, but for the sake of, I love the NYC better than the NYX. So the brushes are about the same, but what happens is, sorry, I can't talk when I'm creating that wing. What happens is when I get ready to pull back, it's almost like the NYX skips a little bit too much, and by the time I go back to fill in the skips, it's dry and it's like a nightmare to get it out. So alright, so we have those wings about as good as they're going to get for now until I get my lashes on. So I'm actually just going in, applying a little bit of adhesive. I always use extension glue. Don't judge people, it just works for me. I don't like duo, I don't like glue that's white, I don't like it to dry clear. I know duo comes in black, but I like my weave glue. So I'm going to grab my supersizer by CoverGirl mascara, and while those lashes are drying, I'm going to coat my lashes, my own lashes. And nice and separated, and this does a couple of things. It really allows my false lashes something to land on when I am about to apply them. You get the glue just enough sticky to where it touches those lashes and it holds on. You don't have to worry about the lashes falling off. I'm gonna grab these lashes, and I put a little bit too much adhesive on there, so although it's starting to dry, I grab most of the excess off, and I'm going to fan them just a little bit. And what that does is keeps that glue from bubbling out on your lashes. If you guys have issues with that, just make sure that you pay enough attention to the adhesive that you're putting on there, and do something else with your hands while you're letting that glue dry. And I'm just going to tilt my head up, put my lashes down with the fake ones, tilt my head again, different angle, and adjust the lash band. No edit. Can you see that? Boom. I'm gonna dust off this bacon girl. I think she is done. She is done, hunty. She is done. Grab that matte powder again. Dust the excess off. I'm using the side of the brush now. After I've cleaned it up, I don't want to muddy it up again, you know? Undo that. See how nice and tight that looks? And dust this off. And down the ridge. You see how pretty that looks? Make sure you work it down the neck too, to make sure that there's nothing. Just remember, we played in this area too. Alright, Estee Lauder Hot Sienna Blush, which is one of my favorites. I'm going to grab that same Morphe M500 brush and allow this blush to lie right on top of that contour. This is my process. Contour, blush, and then what's next, honey? Yes, the highlight! Yay! We're getting there! Oh my God, we're almost done! And I'm really liking how this look is turning out. I'm really liking it. I like to be able to go back to old products that I loved before and still love them. I like that a lot. I think I'm going with Gold Deposit first. And for Gold Deposit, I'm just going to grab me an e.l.f. fan brush and lay that right on top of that blush. Lay it right on top of it and just kind of fan it down. And you know what? I figured out I don't really like Gold Deposit on my nose, but I do like this Becca highlight. This is the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. And I want to say that Sephora was highlighting this product for the month of September, so it's possibly that it's back in stock. So if you girls weren't able to get it the first go round, it's worth your coin. I want to say that the Sweet Nectar, from what I could see by Anastasia, looks very, very similar to this. I'll let you guys know if it is, and I want to say that, you know, Anastasia stuff gets real elusive too. You can't get it after they lay it out the first time. It takes forever for them to get it back in stock, which I hate. But you know, it is what it is. Okay. Got that nice and glowy. And let's just set all this with this Max Fix spray. I'm really now becoming a fan of that too. And can't you tell, I'm almost out. And it lasts a long time. It really did. I mean, considering I use it on clients, I use it, you know, randomly on myself. And I've had it since like June. And I'm just now running out. So I'm going to go back and buy some more. You know what I've been liking? I've been liking Peach Stop. No liner, because I'm lazy. I've been liking Peach Stop with a little bit of my matte persistence. I think that makes like the prettiest nude, right? Face. So yeah, there you have the finalized look. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this type of video. Was it too long? Do you like this type of talk through video? Would you like me to do it from time to time? Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Also, remember to follow me on Instagram at love_Kiani to receive daily beauty tips. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, click the link in the down bar. It's free. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.